Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 5, Lesson 33, and today we open the engine room of the verb. Every verb in English, every single one, is built from just 4 forms. Learn those 4, and every tense you will ever write comes within reach. We'll meet the 4 parts, watch the well-behaved verbs build them, and then handle the spelling changes that catch people out. Let's start with a fact that unlocks every verb tense in English. Every verb has 4 principal parts. The base form, sometimes called the present form, then the present participle, the past form, and the past participle. Those 4 forms are the raw material. Every tense you will ever build is made out of them. Now, verbs differ in how they make those parts. And today we take the easy, well-behaved kind. A regular verb is the one that plays by the rules. It forms its past and its past participle by simply adding the letters ed to the base. Walk becomes walked. And if the base already ends in a silent E, you just add a D. Smile becomes smiled. Notice something lovely there. For a regular verb, the past and the past participle look exactly the same. Let's lay those 4 parts out in a table, because this pattern is much easier to see than to hear. Across the top, base, present participle, past, past participle. Take the verb walk. The base is walk. The present participle is walking. The past is walked, and the past participle is also walked. Now the verb call. Call, calling, called, called. And one more, roar. Roar, roaring, roared, roared. Now look down the last 2 columns of every single row. They are identical twins. For a regular verb, the past form and the past participle are spelled exactly alike. And that is the single biggest thing to carry away from this lesson. Here's a wrinkle worth knowing before we go further. The base form and the past form can stand alone as the main verb. Doctors confer, doctors conferred. But the 2 participles cannot stand by themselves. Each one needs a helping verb, an auxiliary, standing beside it. Look at sentence 1. She is walking to the library. The present participle, walking, is leaning on the helper is. Strip that helper away, and walking is no longer a complete verb. Now sentence 2. She has walked 5 miles today. Here, the past participle, walked, is leaning on the helper, has. So remember this, a participle almost never works alone. It brings a helper along. Now let's handle the spelling, because attaching that ending is not always as simple as gluing letters on. Rule 1. If the base ends in a silent E, drop that E before you add the ending. Hope becomes hoping and hoped. Never hoping, never hoped with 2 E's. Amaze becomes amazing and amazed. The silent E has finished its job. It steps aside and lets the ending take over. Say those words out loud and you'll hear that nothing is lost when the E goes. Rule 2 is the doubling rule, and it trips people up constantly. If a 1-syllable base ends in a single consonant with a single short vowel right in front of it, you double that final consonant before you add the ending. Stop gives us stopping and stopped with 2 P's. Plan gives us planning and planned with 2 N's. Now compare a long vowel word like seat. Seated keeps just 1 T because that vowel sound is long and drawn out. So listen for the short, snappy vowel. Stop. Plan. That short vowel is your signal to double. Rule 3 takes care of verbs that end in the letter Y. If the base ends in a consonant plus Y, change that Y to an I before you add the past ending. Carry becomes carried. Hurry becomes hurried. But be careful, because the change only happens for the past ending. When you add ing, the Y stays right where it is. Carrying, hurrying. English simply will not tolerate two I's in a row. And here's the escape clause. If a vowel comes before the Y, nothing changes at all. Play becomes played. Enjoy becomes enjoyed. Let's fold the whole lesson into a quick routine you can run in your head. Step 1. Find the base form of the verb. Step 2. For a regular verb, add the ending to make both the past and the past participle. Those two are twins, spelled alike. Step 3. Check the spelling before you write. Does the base end in a silent E? Drop it. Is it one syllable with a short vowel and a single consonant? Double it. Does it end in a consonant plus Y? Change the Y to an I. Run those 3 steps and regular verbs will never surprise you. And in our next lesson, we meet the verbs that refuse this tidy pattern, the irregular verbs, which change their vowels instead of taking an ending. Ready to practice? Time to practice. In this first set, I'll give you a base verb and an ending, and you choose the correct spelling. Think about the 3 spelling rules we just walked through. Pause the video and decide before I reveal each answer. Hope plus the past ending. The base hope ends in a silent E, so that E steps aside. We never pile 2 E's together. The correct spelling is hoped. Stop plus ing. Listen to it. 1 syllable, a short snappy vowel, and a single consonant at the end. That is exactly the doubling rule, so the P doubles. The correct spelling is stopping. Carry plus the past ending. The letter sitting before the Y is R, and R is a consonant, so the Y turns into an I. The correct spelling is carried. In this second set, each sentence contains a regular verb. Look closely at the verb and at any helper standing beside it. Then name the principal part that is doing the work. Pause and choose before I answer. The choir is rehearsing tonight. The verb ends in ing, and it leans on the helper is. An ing form propped up by is, are, or was is the present participle. So the answer is the present participle. The engineers have repaired the bridge. Repaired certainly looks like the past form, but notice the helper have sitting right in front of it. When have, has, or had leads the way, the verb is the past participle. So the answer is the past participle. The audience applauded for a full minute. Applauded carries the past ending, and there is no helper anywhere near it. A past ending standing on its own is the past form, working as the main verb. So the answer is the past form. Let's gather it all up. Every verb has 4 principal parts: the base, the present participle, the past, and the past participle. A regular verb builds its past and its past participle the simple way, by adding the ending to the base, and those 2 forms come out looking exactly alike. And the spelling needs a moment of care. Drop the silent E, double the final consonant after a short vowel, and change Y to I after a consonant. Remember too that the participles always travel with a helping verb. Next time, we'll meet the verbs that refuse this tidy pattern, the irregular verbs. I'll see you there.